part, I'll share my academic background, my path from a tier 3 college to companies like Amazon and Google. In the second part, I'll open the floor for the question, where you can ask the question, and I will try to answer as many as possible. So let's get started. About myself, I'm currently working in Google, in YouTube as a Suite 3 engineer. Before joining Google, I was working as SD2 at Amazon. I stayed there for 3 years. I worked for the core platform teams at Amazon. For your knowledge, I have cracked 4 out of 5 main companies. I have cracked Meta, Amazon, Apple, and Google. Uh, and in Netflix, I haven't got the chance. So this is my story. You can check all those things, with all those offer letters which I shared over the LinkedIn. You can reach out to me on the LinkedIn for that. Before we move ahead, we want to pitch a Coding Ninja bootcamp, which is a 9-month bootcamp for someone uh, who is curious in learning full stack development, and they have a support of full stack and a full stack course, which is a 9-month course, which is a paid course, and you can, like, someone from the Coding Ninja can put the form link, and if you are interested, you can fill the form and discuss with representative. If you feel like you want to take it, you can take it. Let's get started with the main presentation. Uh, Starting with my educations, I have done my bachelor's from KNIT Sultanpur. It's a tier 3 college, UP based autonomous college. I'm a computer science background. So this was way back in 2014. So my academic year is from 2014 to 2018. And starting with my corporate journey, I did my first internship in 2016 with Reliance Geo. At that time, Geo was not launched in India, and we were involved in testing of 5G networks in India. So we were doing all that. We were building all the test framework on which the test for Reliance Geo and different network frameworks works. So this was my first interaction with the corporate. In the third year, I got the chance to do a remote internship with TCS, which was offered to complete our complete college. So as I come from a tier 3 college, so only 2 companies used to visit my college. Global Logic and TCS, both were service sector company, and Global Logic used to pay a little more than TCS used to pay. Still, Global Logic pays well than TCS. In final year, I got the chance with Global Logic. I was able to crack the interview, and I joined Global Logic in July of 2018 as a software developer in Noida. Uh, since Global Logic is a service-based company, so I was given a project which was which was owned by a different client, and I have to work for those client. Work was pretty easy, but not interesting. Uh, so meanwhile, I got a good group of people who were interested in problem solving, DSA, system design things. So I started doing coding and system design in my first year of job. Uh, by the end of first year, I got the chance with PTM. My manager from Global Logic moved to PTM, and he referred me. So that's how I gave my first off-campus interview at PTM, and I was able to crack it because by that time I have spent a couple of months in preparing in advance. And I was in the notice period when I got the chance with Amazon. I took the interview. By God grace, I was able to. Of course, I'll share all the insight of Amazon interview later. But in October 2019, I joined Amazon. I stayed there for 3 years. It was quite learning experience. I got promoted there, and I joined after 3 years. I joined Google as Suite 3. So in Jan of 2022, I was interviewing with Meta for the London position, and by the end of April, I got the offer, and we were involved in the visa process for the London office. By that time, Google reached out to me for the interview, and I gave the interview, and I was able to crack it. This is how I end up in Google. Right now, I'm working with YouTube as a product. So this is my journey from 2016 to 2022. How I turned my tier 3 college experience to reach out to Google. Now in the next slide and next forward slide, after my if you have any question, you can put down the question in Q&A section, and we'll take it later at the end of the session. We'll take it. you can put down in a chat window or as well as in a QA section. Okay. Now, talking about other thing, like next thing we will talk about is that where are you in your journey. So I'll share you what are the roles which generally for which uh, top tech company hires, what are the expectation and what are the interview process, and then we'll discuss what is required for them, like what is required to crack those roles. Thus, let's see. So there are so these hirings which I'm going to talk about are general SWE hirings. So they are not specialized role; they are general software developer roles. And the hiring happens at three levels: SD1, SD2, SD3. There is an internship also, which is offered to a full-time college student. Means that you, after completion of internship, you have to join the college. Then only you are eligible for an internship. I'm not going to talk about internship, but for the SD1, if you have less than 3 years of experience, you are suitable for this role. You will be facing 3 DSA round and one behavioral round. Before any DSA round, like before even the first round, you like your recruiter could ask you to go through an online assessment or a phone screening round. This is to find out whether you are ready for the interview process or not. So once you went through the online assessment or phone screening round, which is generally a qualifying round, you face all the 4 rounds, and after 4 rounds they will evaluate you on the matrices, and if you are able to cross the threshold, they will offer you the position. And similarly with SD2, there will be 2 DSA round, there will be one system design round, which could be HLD, LLD, data modeling, API, which varies from companies to companies and year of experience you have in the role. And last round is a managerial round. With every role, you have to go through online assessment or phone screen round, depending upon the company. So that being said, in SD3, SD3 has the option to go through a coding round or a code review round. So in the code review, generally person will share a code section and you have to review it and provide the comment which is useful for the code. And then there will be system design and low level design round. Generally at this level, problems are quite ambiguous and you need a complex knowledge base to solve those problems. After that, there are multiple leadership round, which include uh, principal engineer round, product management round, director round, and things like that. This varies from company to company. So at the senior level, you can expect multiple round, more than 5 or 6 round to happen with you, and before offering a final offer. And at the like higher experience, you may take couple of quarters to get an offer. Okay. Now after this, you will be able to put down into one of the role you are seeing here, maybe SD1, SD2, SD3. There are specialized round which is called domain hiring, where they only hire front-end engineer or iOS developer or embedded engineer or ML ops engineers, things like that. But they are very rare, and the interview process varies from roles to roles. So if you have question on that, you can put into the chat window and we'll talk later. Now, what is important? Like we have talked about the role. What is important is that you build a resume, you get a interview call, you go through the interview call, and that is how the process works. So let's talk about how to build a resume. So whenever you apply, like whenever you apply, you give your resume into the system, and resume mostly like there are ML system which scan the resume and understand whether you are the right candidate for the role or not. Okay. So whenever you apply, check for the job description if it is aligned with your experience, with your role, with your skill set. Do apply, but do not apply for those roles where you are not fit to the expectation for the role. So whenever you apply, you will find out that there are 2 sections in job openings. There's a minimum qualification, there is a preferred qualifications. You should completely match with the minimum qualifications. Means that if it is asking for a certain level of experience, you should have that experience on your resume. There's another section which is called preferred section. You should take most of the item in the preferred section. That increases your chance of getting the call from the tech company. So always try to evaluate whether your resume fit to that opening or not. uh, Even if you apply after getting a referral to opening which is not suitable for you, you will not get a call. Referral only remove that ML operation with a human who reviews your resume and identify whether your resume fit to that role or not. So always take a chance to go through a job description before applying for it. If your resume is not good, update your resume, include those details, acquire those skill set which is required in that job description. That's very important when you are applying for a role. Second point is that if you are a freshers or you want to get an internship role at big tech companies, you have to have a good project in your resume. Good project represent that you are a good candidate for a software developer role, and it increases your chance of getting an interview call. Third point is that in general, the interview process at tech companies are quite cumbersome, and the success rate is quite low. So interviewer and recruiter always want to know that if you got the chance, you will be able to go through it. Means that you have those skill set which is required to crack the interview. So somehow you have to show that you have the skill set, that if recruiter give you the chance, there is a possibility that you can crack the interview. You can show it by showing your coding skill, by including your coding profile on your resume, showing your system design skill by including your code base on your resume, GitHub link on your resume where you have done a proper coding. Last but most important thing is that use ATS tool. Do not leave grammar mistakes, spelling mistake, incomplete statement, meaningless statement in your resume. It reduces the chance of you getting a call for the job. Now we have talked about we have talked about how to build a resume. Now how to get an interview call. So first of all, build a network. Building a LinkedIn network really helps to increase your chance of getting an interview call. Prefer a recruiter over a hiring manager or a SD. Software developer can only provide you referral, but they cannot make a chance to offer your interview call. So always build a network around recruiter. That really helps in getting a call, because recruiter are the person who can uh, offer you an interview call. Another important thing is that do cold emails, do cold messages. Means that show your skill set on LinkedIn, do a post of what you are doing, have you solved any problem and things like that. If you see there is an opening in a company, try to reach out to the recruiter saying that, stating that you have the similar skill set which is required in the role, and if they are interested, they can you can go through the interview process. Building a promising resume, we have already discussed in the previous section about building the promising resume. Will not go again onto that. Having a good project on your resume, I have discussed it, like we have a different coding ninja session on project, like what are the critical important project, how you should evaluate your project, what project you should build. So we have a different session where we talk about those things in details. If you want to join, you can join those sessions. They are also free. uh, the last important thing is that most of us, what really happened with us is that we got stuck at some place in the hiring, in the interview process, in the preparation, and we keep on stucking at that position forever. So and at that place you need someone who has already gone through those process. So reach out to mentors, people who can help you to come away with it, to make progress in your career. So always reach out to the people who can help you in those things. So getting a mentor really helps in a long run. You don't need to invest too much time and too much effort to solve a problem which is already solved by other people. So this is how you should focus on getting an interview call. Now I'll share my interview experience at Amazon, at Google, how I prepare, what should be the strategy for the preparation and things like that. So let's get started. Interview experience at Amazon. So as I said that it was for SD1, so simple one, single online assessment, and 3 DS round with one managerial round. So this was way back in 2019. This was pre-COVID time, so you have to be available for face-to-face interview. So there was no online or Zoom interview or Meet interview, you have to visit the campus to give the interview. So before you give the interview, in a like couple of day before the interview, a recruiter send you an online assessment, which you have to go through and solve it. So 90 minutes were allotted to solve two problems. Actually 60 minutes 60 was 1 hour 30 minutes were allotted, and next 30 minutes was to explain the solution. So you have to solve all the two questions with 100% completion. These were very standard questions. If someone is doing lead code, they will be able to solve these questions. So I was able to solve all the both the two questions, and I got the invitation for the final round. Amazon like helped me with the traveling, because at the time I was in Noida, and the Amazon campus was in Gurgaon. So traveling things, cab and everything, facility, dinner, lunch, everything was figured out by Amazon. I have to just go and give the interview. My interview started in the morning, 9:30. First round was DSA round, which was a priority and discussion. So at Amazon, the flavor of the interview is like that. At in every interview round, they will ask some behavioral question with some DSA question. So there were two DSA questions, which was easy, medium. I was able to solve. They asked me few leadership questions. So Amazon has 14, 16 leadership principles. You have to like remember them and form the answer around it. So that's how like first round went. In second round, it was again ad hoc problem, map and even DP problem. So these are the three problems. I think like if you are able to solve two, then only to teach for the third problem. And again, there will be some leadership questions around it. By the end, we had a hiring manager round, which was based on my experience, which was like what I did in my first year of job. And there was one problem which was very easy, just to check my coding ability. The last one, which was a bar raiser round. So bar raiser are the person who took a lot of interview at Amazon, generally 100 plus interview, and they are the person who calibrate you on the level structure at Amazon. It was an like first round, like this round was one ad hoc problem, and then he asked me some concept of operating system, because I was having less than 1 year of experience. So he was also asking question on SEMA for new techniques like that. That these questions are pretty standard. If you have prepared for on campus placement, you must have prepared for those things. So this was my interview experience at Amazon. So mostly, if you see what you need to prepare for Amazon, it is it's DSA, nothing more than that. Of course, you need to know your project, because it make a base for your behavioral round. Not more than that. You need to very good in DSA and problem solving. So to crack those interviews. Now, what should be the strategy to prepare for SDE1 or prepare for DSA round? Learn data structure and algorithm is pretty simple. I assume that most of you are aware of some programming language. If you don't know any programming language, start with any programming language in which you are comfortable. Choice of programming language depends on you. Any general purpose programming language, be it Python, Java, C, C++, JavaScript, everything works here. You need to be very good in coding those language, understand the language syntax. uh, Once you are able to go through the language thing, invest 2 to 3 months in learning DSA. DSA learning should not take more than 2 to 3 months. Then do problem solving. So if you have heard about lead code, there's a platform called lead code where you can solve problems. That's a free platform to solve company wise questions. So go there and solve as many as question as possible, and try to cover all the use case, all the DSAs, data structure and algorithm, and all the scenarios. Once you are comfortable and you feel like you have the confidence to face the interview, then try to apply for the interview. If you got the chance, try to solve only that company specific problem. For example, if you are applying for say Razorpay, try only solving a Razorpay question on lead code. That really help you in boosting your confidence. Before going into any interview, do mock interview. So mock interview will build a temperament which is needed in facing a real interview. So do a couple of mock interview before like going into the interview things. So once like if you have those confidence, you will be able to crack SD1 role at any big tech companies. Moving to the next bigger roles. I gave Sui 3 level Google interview. It was again a phone screening round, and then DSA with HLD LLD rounds. Phone screening was 45 minutes. Every round at Google is like 5 minutes of introduction, 35 to 45 minutes of like problem solving or DSA, LLD, things like that. And at the end, interviewer give you the chance to ask any question which you have. So that structure is followed throughout the interview process. Phone screening is the elimination round. In my phone screening, one question was asked, and then we concluded within 20-25 minutes, and then we moved to the main round. Uh, so at most of the big tech companies are generous enough to give you the preparation time because they know that DSA is not the thing you usually do in your daily job. So I took some time to prepare for it. DSA, first round DSA, one problem solving, three follow up, all were DP, and we end up with a DP hard solving DP hard problem. So if you are preparing for Google, expect hard, medium hard problem. Second round, it started with the DSA problem, and then the interviewer move into the low level design things. If you have heard of solid principle, you must know how low level design things work. Third round was googliness round. Googliness round is a behavioral round, where the idea is to evaluate you, like how good are you with the company principles and things. Are you aligned with the company values and things like that? Which means that you are a good fit for the company or not. After that, that was an last was the HLD round where I was asked to build a popular Google system, and we were mostly discussing about uh, what are the pros and cons of some tactical decision which I made over there. This was completely an online things because it was happened, of course, post COVID things. So this was my Google interview. Now, how you can crack those interviews? You need to know DSA and you need to know system design. Not more than these things. DSA and DSA, I means you need to be very comfortable in solving medium hard problem within 1 hour, less than 1 hour, within 40-45 minutes. If you are able to solve those things, you you can face those interviews. System design things, you need to be very good in the system design. That being said, that you are able to design any complex system, and you are able to convince the interviewer that that system can scale without having any like scaling issues, be it security, be it latency, be it reliability, things like that. How to prepare for uh, system design thing? Have create a basic concept on designing concept. So basically, you need to understand basic building block of system design works, how compute works, how database work, how caching works, how load balancer works, how DNS work, how CDN works. These are the basic concept. You need to know all those basic building blocks, where they are used, what benefit of using they bring, what are the cons of building things, what are the like choices you have. If you have the basic fundamental things covered, then you can move to the complex things, which is like real life problems. So many companies write their research paper, white paper, technical blocks, engineering blocks. You can go through the Netflix, Amazon, Google, every company publish these things. You can go to them. They document what the problem they faced and how they solved it and why they solved it in that way. So this will build your knowledge system, which is very required as you grow in your career. Third thing is that if you get a chance, design a real world system. If you have an opportunity to design a real world system, get stick there, because designing is an art, and while like when you do it, you will learn it. So if you get a chance at your company, do it. Fourth is that brainstorm with the peer groups. So designing is a process where multiple people come with a different opinion of designing a system, brainstorm what are the like pros or cons of every system, and identify what should be the solution, final solution in which they should move and build the system. So brainstorming skills are very important. So always discuss all the design problem which you are facing with your peer groups or with your teammates at your company. Last thing is that practice mock interview. System design interviews are quite different from regular interviews. That being said, the reason behind is that the questions which generally we face in the system design round uh, are the questions which belongs to the real world. Second thing is that you have to convince interviewer that the design you are doing is the right design, so you have to bring the interviewer on the same paper with you. So practicing mock interview give you the upper hand in doing so. So that's a practice mock, like that's very important. So we have like this so that's all from preparing the system design interview. That's all for this session. uh, so we have, like, if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. That, like, in this thing I've got my experience, how I was able to crack Amazon, what was my interview experience, job role, job level, resume building, looking for network, building networks and jobs. So these are all the things which I want to cover for this session. You can put down your question in the Q&A thing. I'll take it up from here. So yeah. So um, if you have any question, you can put down the question into Q&A box. Oh, there's an anonymous attendee which asked the question, how much time can I ask to prepare for DSA? It depends upon the role. If you are SD1, you cannot ask much time because that is the only expectations, and you and company and everyone knows that you have sufficient time. But if you are working professional who is working full time, seeing for a senior role, you will get enough time, like more than 6 to 8 weeks to prepare for a round. So that is so you will get enough time. So again, your LinkedIn, so you can reach out to me. You can reach out to this QR code, or my ID is Ravi 2016. You can reach out to me there. Uh, yep. Any more questions? So on the preparation time, you will get sufficient time. Any company in the big tech companies generally offer good amount, gracious amount to prepare for your actual round. Uh, any more question? Okay, I see a couple of questions. How to prepare or get time while working with the company already? Bharat, the question, that's why most of the company are generous enough to keep you 3 to 6 month, sorry, 6 to 8 week of preparation time. They know that you are working full time, and you need to take out some time from your current job to prepare for it. Of course, there are 8 hours of commitment, which every company understand, but you have to figure out some time. Do early coding, do late night coding, but you have to take out some time. In fact, in my opinion, you should start 3 to 6 months before you think that you have to make a switch when you are working in the full time job. And sure, how to get a call from FANG like companies? Getting a call from FANG like companies is easy if you have a network, if you have a good network, and if you have a good working experience. Uh, Generally, recruiter reach out to you. But if you build a good network, that works for it. I've shared the things in third or fourth slide where I talked about how to build your network to get a call. To answer the question, are there any moderate companies other than FANG which ask medium level DSA and offer decent package around 15? There are a lot many companies who pay decently. Even right now, I think there are companies like companies who pay quite good amount. Cars 24. There are there are a lot many companies. If you will go in the startup world, and there are companies who pay a good amount without DSA things. Right now, we are only talking about the big tech companies, but you will easily find companies which can pay up to 30 lakhs without asking you tough DSA questions. Okay, it is bad to resign and completely focus on switching. Yes, it is bad to resign and completely focus on switching. Yes, it is bad because having an option is always good, give you freedom to make a switch. Once you don't have a working job, you cannot decide. Like, it is very with the current market situation, it's very hard to time your switch, because no one knows when you will get the opportunity and when you will be able to make through it. So do not create one problem and then focus to solve another problem. Just do it side by side. It will take its own time, and do not panic over the process. It may take time. 3 to 6 months is generally okay for company switch. Okay, any more question? Okay. Okay, I have answered almost every question which are available on Q&A section. Okay, now I'll hand over to representative from Coding Ninja. You can take it ahead with the presentation for the boot camp things. So yeah, if you have any question, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn and we can talk about it. Okay.
Yeah, hi. So, first of all, thank you so much, Ravi, for such an informative session. Thank you once again. And as we are getting